Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. In this activity we will just adjust some of the default setting of OSPF, and these are the advanced feature, and almost this is the last lab. Okay, in this last lab OSPF, this activity, this one is already pre-configured, and devices all the devices have full connectivity, so you just need to modify the default OSPF routing configuration by changing hello and dead time interval. So you will just change the hello time and dead time interval between router 2 and router 1, and we will also adjust the bandwidth of the link. So actually if you are going, we already studied in our the theory lesson, especially in the EIGRP, we know what is the hello time interval. Okay, it is just used to synchronized, and just to see the other the next router it is alive or not. Okay, so the hello packet, they are frequently exchanged with each other, they will share the hello packet with each other. Okay, we already studied. So in the OSPF also we have the hello time interval and dead time interval. By default hello time is 10 second and dead time interval is 40 second. Okay, so if you will just change the hello time interval on router 2, so you need to also change on router 1. Okay, and router 3 as well. If you are changing the hello time interval on this link, okay, so this link, so it should be both hello time and dead time interval should be synchronized. Okay, so both sides of the connection need to have the same timer in order for the adjacency to be maintained, otherwise so the neighbor relationship will not be formed. Okay, so what we will do in this activity, we will adjust the hello and dead time interval between router 1 and router 2. Okay, on the serial interfaces here. So we will see the activity, what are the steps, and we will perform the activity in the same way. So test the connectivity between all end devices. Before modify the OSPF setting, you can ping the web server each other. Okay, what we can see, we will check the ping from PC1 to web server. Okay, this is our IP address. So web server IP address, go to the desktop, go to the IP. I will just copy the web server IP and check the ping, check the connectivity from PC1 to PC to the web server. Okay, so write ping and type paste. You can see the ping is it will take time little bit, and yes, the ping is working. You can see it is successful. So we can also ping from PC3 and check the connectivity. Go to the command prompt, write ping, and what is the IP of the server. Okay, this is the IP address of my web server. Just ping and connectivity, yes, it is successful. Okay, we have the connectivity, there is no issue with the connectivity, everything is pre-configured. Just to verify, okay, you can see now ping is successful. Okay, the connectivity is there. So once we will done this activity, the finish this one, then what is the next command? Adjust the hello and dead time interval between router 1 and router 2. So what is the default hello interval of OSPF? Please tell me now. Default, yes, correct. So hello time interval of the OSPF router is 10, and dead time interval is by default is 40. But here what we need to do, we need to adjust. Okay, we need to change. Hello time is 15 and dead time interval we need to make it 14. It is a 4 time of the hello time interval. Can I ask one more question? Okay, in EIGRP we studied hello time interval. What is the default hello time interval? Yes, hello time for EIGRP, yes, 5 is the hello time, and by default, and 15, so 3 time of the hello time interval. Okay, in EIGRP. So now we will configure, we will just adjust the hello time and dead time interval between router 1 and router 2. Okay, router 1 and router 2. Okay, so what we can do, we can go to the router 1 and this serial interface, because it share the hello time interval between this serial interface. We will go to the router 1, we will go to sorry, where it is, router 1 CLI, and enable configure terminal, and then interface serial 0/0/0. Okay, this is serial 0/0/0. This is the interface. Okay, so go to this interface and type IP OSPF hello interval. Okay, so this is the hello interval. You can adjust between this value, hello time interval. Okay, we are going to adjust to 15. By default is 10, hello is 15, and IP OSPF is dead interval. So dead interval, it should be 60. Okay, 4 time. Always type the 4 time of the hello interval. Okay, it is a 4 time. So if you will see now, if you try to ping now between router 1 and router from here to here, if you will ping, the ping will not be, it will not work. You can see here, you can see these messages, that time interval expire. So serial interface null to down, neighbor down, interface down, and this is data, you can see. So it is sharing the hello and that time interval. If we just change the hello and that time interval, you can see these messages. You can see neighbor is down, before it was full, neighbor is down, and interface is down. You can see, just we change the hello and that time interval on router 1. So how it will form the neighbor relationship, how it will form the neighbor adjacencies if we have the same hello time and dead time interval. Now we will go to the router 2, to this interface, and we will adjust the same. Okay, just let me check what is this interface. Go to the preferences, always show, we can see what is this interface. So just 1 minute. This is the serial interface. If you will go, and you can find out this serial 000. Okay, so you need to go to the router 2 and go to the router 2, enable configure terminal, interface serial. Okay, if you are not sure enough, go and check the IP, do show IP interface brief. Okay, you can see this is 170.16.3.0. okay, this is 3.2 serial 0.0.0. okay, it is connected. Now we know, just let me off again because it's little bit clutter. So let me go. So this is serial 0.0.0. okay, if you will come and see here, this is serial 0.0.0. okay, so here we will write interface serial 0/0/0, okay, and write IP OSPF hello time interval. What is the hello? We set there 15, yes, and we also need to type 60 dead time interval. Okay, so dead time interval, sorry, so dead interval should be 64 time of the hello time. Okay, now the neighbor adjacency, it will form, and you can see they will exchange the hello and dead time interval, and the neighbor relationship will be formed. You can see here. So if you will see, this is done. You can see the process serial 0 loading full, loading done, and OSPF process is the neighbor relationship is formed. Okay, so what we did it, we just set the hello and dead time interval. So what is the conclusion of this setting? So what we come up with this conclusion, so both sides of the connection need to have the same timer. Hello and dead time should be same in both sides. Okay, so if it will not be on both sides, then it will not maintain the adjacency, and so because of that one, we configure hello and dead timer same on both end. Okay, now what is the next step? Next step is let me check what is the next, or adjust the bandwidth. adjust the bandwidth on the setting router 1. Okay, so we need to adjust the bandwidth of router 1. Okay, and trace the path between PC1 and web server. Locate on here. Notice that the path PC1 to PC2 is routed through router 2. So if you will see PC1, it will take this path to reach to the web server, because this is the shortest path. This is the shortest path, the best route to the web server. Okay, so this is the best route to reach to the server. Okay, we will see whether it is a best route or not. So we can ping to the web server, and then it has two methods. So we can go to the simulation mode. Okay, in the simulation mode, let me ping from PC1 to the web server. You can see which path it is going to take. See PC1 to router 2, router 2 to web server. You can see. So it is going to take this path PC1, router 1, router 1 to router 2, and router to the web server. Okay, have you seen this one? So by this way we can see it is going to take this path. Now if we will change the bandwidth of this interface, serial 0.0.0, this interface, if we will change the bandwidth of this interface, because now first we will see what is the bandwidth right now. So if we will change, it should take this path, as we know. So if we will change the bandwidth of any serial interface, it does not change the actual port speed. Please keep it in your mind. If we are going to change the bandwidth of this serial interface, it does not change the actual port speed. It will only use for the matrix calculation, OSPF matrix calculation. Okay, it will just select the best path based on this bandwidth value. Okay, now we will see here how we can change the bandwidth. First of all, we should know what is the bandwidth of this serial interface. Okay, show how to check the bandwidth of the serial interface. First we need to see this one, show IP, show interface serial 0/0/0. Okay, this is my serial 0/0/0. What is the bandwidth? First let me check the bandwidth here. If you will see, this is the bandwidth of my interface serial. See, this is the serial interface and this is the bandwidth. So what is the bandwidth? 1544 kilobits. Okay, you can see. So now we will change this bandwidth to 64 kbps. Okay, so we will change from, so then we will see still it is going to take the same path to reach the destination. So we will see. Okay, so come to the router, right configure terminal. Okay, then interface serial 0/0/0. Okay, then what you need to type here, just type the bandwidth. Okay, bandwidth. So what bandwidth you can give? Bandwidth always given a kilobit. Okay, so 64 kbps. So we are giving 64 kbps. Okay, 64 kbps. So now we change the bandwidth of this serial interface. If you will see, this is the serial interface. We change the bandwidth. Okay, now we will see still it is going to take the same path to reach the destination, or it will change the path now. So now it is recalculating the path now, because based on the bandwidth it is going to calculate the path. Okay, now we will see, go to the simulation mode. Let me use the packet. Okay, so this packet from here to the web server. Okay, then see here, see the path router 1, then it go to router 3, then router 3 to the web server. See, so this is the way it is going to take now this path from router 3 to web server. So did you observe this one? Yes. So now this is the activity. You can see we change the bandwidth, so it again recalculated the best path based on the bandwidth value. Okay, so based on the bandwidth value it recalculated. Before it was 1544 Now if you want to see what is the bandwidth of this serial interface, just show interface serial. You can see now it is 64 kbps. Before it was 1544 kbps. Okay, so now it take this path to reach the destination. So that's all for today activity, and please must, if you have any question, you can ask by in the comments below, and see you inshallah